Assalamu alaikum. In today's video, we are looking at another brilliant game of Mikhail Tal, which he played against a German grandmaster Stefan Mohr. In this game, Mikhail Tal was playing as a white, so he started the game with the e4 and now g6, the modern defense. d4, d6, preparing the c5 or e5 move. Knight to c3, bishop to g7 and f4. In these types of openings, black allow the white to build the center, and when the center is built, he can later attack it with the d6 and e5 or c5 move. Black continue the game with the knight to c6, bishop to e3, knight to f6, knight to f3, short castle, and now queen to d2, preparing the long side castling. Black played knight to g4, attacks the dark square bishop. In these types of position, if white want to attack the opponent king side, then this bishop is really important and really powerful, because the main attacking squares in the opponent king side are the dark squares. That's why Mikhail Tal didn't accept the trade and he played bishop to g1, saving his bishop, and black played e5, attacking the center. Mikhail Tal didn't accept it and he played d5, closing the center but with the tempo. So knight to b8, and now again Mikhail Tal attacks the knight h3. Black played knight to f6, and now Mikhail Tal can easily develop his dark square bishop on this diagonal. So Mikhail Tal played f captures on e5, d captures on e5, and now stop the video and try to find can Mikhail Tal capture this pawn or not. Well, it's not good for Mikhail Tal, because if you capture this pawn, black can play knight captures on e5, attacking the queen. So it's almost forced for the white to capture this knight, but now queen to h4 check. If you play bishop to f2, then queen captures on e4 is just winning for the black, because whatever you play, the next move is bishop captures on e5, and because of the extra piece, this position is winning for the black. Let's say you don't play bishop to f2, you play knight to f2, but now after bishop captures on e5, again this position is winning for the black, because just look at the white pieces, they are all cramped up and trapped in the corner, and you cannot play long castle because of bishop to f4, and now this queen is gone. That's why in this position you cannot capture the pawn, and Mikhail Tal did the same. He developed his dark square bishop on the c5, attacking the rook. So rook to e8, and now long castle. Black played c6, Mikhail Tal accepts it with the d captures on c6, but black didn't capture the pawn back and he played queen to a5. He sacrificed his pawn for the lead in the development. Mikhail Tal accepts the pawn, c captures on b7, and now bishop captures on b7. In this position, Mikhail Tal has this full open d file and the opponent has this b and c semi-open file, which he can use later to attack the Mikhail Tal's king. In this position, Mikhail Tal saved his bishop with the bishop to a3, and now knight to c6, bishop to c4, rook a to d8, attacking the queen. So again stop the video and try to find the best square for the Mikhail Tal's queen. Well, Mikhail Tal played queen to f2 because this is a semi-open file, and Mikhail Tal can later play knight to g5, and after some moves he can build a lot of pressure on this f7 square. White replied with the knight to d4, but Mikhail Tal goes with the plan knight to g5, attacking the f7 square. Black saved it with the rook to d7, but Mikhail Tal again attacked with the bishop to b5, and now black both rooks are under attack. The best move for the black in this position is to play rook to c8. Let's say Mikhail Tal captured the rook, but now rook captures on c3. Let's say b captures on c3, and now queen captures on a3 check. If you play king to d2, but now h6 is again winning for the black, because once this knight moves from this square, black can play knight captures on e4, giving the fork to the king and the queen. That's why in this position it's forced for the white to play c captures on d4, and now after h captures g4, still you have to stop this knight captures on e4 threat. So let's say rook h to e1, but now after queen to a5 check, king to c1, and now knight captures on d7. Black has 3 minor pieces in exchange of the 2 rooks, and because of his ongoing attack, this position is winning for the black. So let's say in this position you don't play king to d2, you play king to b1, but now queen captures on c3, and now Mikhail Tal can play brilliant bishop to e e8. Why this is a brilliant? Because now if you capture the bishop, then queen captures on f7 check, king to h8, and after queen captures on e8, black can resign in this position. That's why the best move for the black in this position is queen to b4 check. After king to c1, he can play bishop to h6, pinning the knight, but now h4, bishop captures, pawn captures, and now knight captures on e8. Again black has the 3 minor pieces in exchange for the 2 rooks, but if we look at the white pawn structure, it is totally destroyed and his king is totally weak. That's why black can easily continue this game. But in this position, he missed the move and he played knight captures on b5, a blunder, because now Mikhail Tal played rook captures on d7. If you play knight captures on d7, then after queen captures on f7 check, king to h8, queen captures on e8 check, bishop to f8, and after bishop captures on f8, black can resign in this position. That's how in this position Mikhail Tal wins exchange. Black continue the game with the bishop to c6, but now rook to f7, and now knight captures on c3, and Mikhail Tal played rook captures on f6. If we go back, b captures on c3 is a blunder because of queen captures on a3 check, let's say king to d1, but now rook to d8 check. Again this position is winning for the black. That's why in this position Mikhail Tal played rook captures on f6, and now can you capture it with the bishop? No, you cannot capture it because of queen captures on f6. Mikhail Tal is threatening queen to f7, so let's say you play knight to e2 check, king to b1, and now queen to c7, but Mikhail Tal can continue the game with the rook to f1. In this position black king is very weak, and that's why this position would be winning for Mikhail Tal. So that's the reason why black didn't capture the rook. He played knight captures on e4, attacking our rook and the queen. So Mikhail Tal is forced to play knight captures on e4, and after bishop captures on e4, Mikhail Tal gives a brilliant exchange sacrifice with the queen to e2. Why this is a brilliant? Because if we look at the position of the black king, this light square diagonal is a very big weakness for him, and if Mikhail Tal eliminates this light square bishop, then Mikhail Tal can easily attack on the king from this light square diagonal. So black first played bishop captures on g2. Maybe he was thinking now Mikhail Tal would play queen captures on g2 and then he can play bishop captures on f6. But now Mikhail Tal said the offer is expired and he played rook to a6, attacks the queen. So queen to d5, defend the bishop, but again rook to d1, attacks the queen, queen to b7, queen to c4 check, king to h8, and now rook to e6. This is a rook exchange offer, but you cannot accept it because of rook to d8 check, and now the checkmate is unavoidable in the next 6 moves. That's why black didn't accept the trade and he played rook to c8, attacks the queen, and Mikhail Tal did the same. Rook to e7, attacks the queen. The best move for the black is to play queen to c6, and after queen captures, bishop captures, rook captures on a7. Obviously Mikhail Tal is winning because of the 2 rooks, but still black can continue this game. But in this position black missed this move and he played rook captures on c4, and that is a blunder because now the checkmate is unavoidable in the next 2 moves. Mikhail Tal played rook to d8 check, and at this position black resigned. The reason is very simple, because bishop to f8 is forced, and now rook captures on f8 is a checkmate. So I hope you like this brilliant game of Mikhail Tal, and if you like it, please like this video, subscribe to this channel to get more amazing and inspiring content.